Welcome back to FUBARCADE. Got something to talk about. Breaking news this week that I really did not see coming. We're getting a Castlevania Netflix series. Holy crap! They've been talking about a movie for forever, since the 90s. They've been talking about doing a Castlevania movie. And there have been rumors about this television series, but I never really took them seriously because of just how Konami has been behaving the last few years, especially when it comes to their really big name franchises that they've abandoned, and did not see this coming at all. But it's official. Castlevania series on Netflix. I'm going to have to get Netflix again. Damn it. I dropped my Netflix to go with Amazon Prime because it used to be Amazon Prime got practically all the same stuff as Netflix, but now there's differences, especially with Netflix getting all the original series. So gonna have to get a subscription again. Oh well. But yeah, big news. Don't know a whole lot about what's gonna happen yet. Now, some people are saying it's gonna be animated, but what does that mean? Is it gonna be like traditional animation, anime animation, computer animation? Don't know. It is coming this year though. It's gonna be out sometime in 2017. So that's huge. I mean, if this was just like an announcement from a game company itself, I wouldn't take it. I would take it with a really big grain of salt about it ever actually happening. But with the partnership with Netflix, that leads me to believe that this is like definitely going to happen. I don't think Netflix would, make official announcements or anything unless they were absolutely sure this was going to go down. So very happy about that. I've been going through like a bit of a Castlevania revival lately, especially like with getting the Nintendo Mini, and I finally got the Wii Classic controller, which is so much better for playing Castlevania 4, one of my favorite games of all time. I love Castlevania 4, but the Wii U gamepad and the Wii U Pro controller do not feel right when playing Castlevania 4. I wish I could play it with a Super NES controller. I hope that Nintendo will make a Super NES controller for the Wii U because I would love to play so many games in the way that I played them growing up because it doesn't feel natural with anything else. But this one, the classic controller, it does feel a little bit better than the Pro controller. So much better. So I've been playing Castlevania 4 again and enjoying the hell out of it. And been playing the first 3 Castlevanias and enjoying the hell out of them too. Got this controller. Thank you, Wii Classic Edition. I mean, NES Classic Edition. So yeah, I've been like rediscovering the entire Castlevania series. I finally got Symphony of the Night for the Xbox. I got Dracula X for the Wii U. I plan on getting Rondo of Blood because you can actually go into the Wii menu on your Wii U and get the Rondo of Blood off the Virtual Console on that system. So, gonna pick that up too. So many games I've been playing in the Castlevania series lately and just loving the hell out of all of them. It's really like just the nostalgia that I have for that series. This might be, I don't know if it's my favorite video game series. Castlevania 4 is definitely my top 5 games of all time. If Castlevania isn't my favorite video game series, it's definitely in the top 3. Just love the hell out of it. Because like as a kid, I loved horror, and I still do. Huge horror hound. Even when I was a kid, I loved all things spooky and all things Halloween, and Castlevania really scratched that itch. Just an awesome series of games. I didn't have the NES growing up. I had the Game Boy, and that was my introduction to Castlevania and playing Castlevania over at friends' houses. I grew up with the Sega Master System, then the Sega Genesis, and the Super Nintendo, but I never in my childhood had an NES of my own. Well, I do now, though. But yeah, I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I grew up with the Master System, and I loved the Master System. I still love the Master System. So many fond memories of that. But always wanted a Nintendo. Never got one. Now I have one. And plus, with the Virtual Console, I can play all the games that I never got a chance to play when I was a kid. But I remember playing Castlevania in, I think it was in the Play Choice 10 series of arcade cabinets at Chuck E. Cheese. They used to come out with these. Nintendo put out these arcade machines, and like they plugged in like 10 games that were going to be upcoming or had just come out for the NES when the NES was still very new, or actually before the NES even came out, just to gauge what people were digging about the games that they were going to be putting on the original NES. And I think I played Castlevania for the first time on one of those. Can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure I did. Or maybe an in-store demo. I was a kid. I don't remember things that vividly, but so happy about this, and just enjoying the hell out of Symphony of the Night and Dracula X, which I'd never played before, which is all right. It's not horrible, but everyone says that Rondo of Blood is so much better, so I'm definitely going to be checking that one out too. I gotta find a copy of the Genesis Castlevania game. I'm not sure where that or what that is available on. Really don't want to have to pick up a Genesis again, unless I can get one of those cheapo ones that they come out. One of the flashback systems, which actually has a cartridge slot. But then I got to worry about finding the cartridge, and I have no idea how much those go for. Hopefully only like $20. If it's $20, I'll get it that way. If not, hopefully it's on the Virtual Console, or maybe find a way to play on something, maybe computer. But yeah, so I'm very excited about this. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with it. I really can't. And I've been like going through the Castlevania timeline and like learning so much about like how far back. And I never knew that the games occur in a different order. Like there was Castlevania, then there was and Castlevania 2 was a direct sequel to the first Castlevania. But Castlevania 3 was a prequel, and Castlevania 4 was kind of a remake. The timeline is very convoluted, but Konami actually did come out with a timeline right before Symphony of the Night was supposed to come out, and the timeline was actually more for the developers to use. It wasn't something that was supposed to be shown to the public. It's just a tool that they created to help the developers make the game, but it somehow got leaked. I have no idea how leaks happened back in the 90s. I know today internet, but I have no idea how it was leaked back then. But yeah, so there's this whole timeline, and they occur in a completely different order. I always thought it was a linear timeline, like each game was a little bit after the previous one, but apparently the timeline goes all over the place. It's as confusing as the Legend of Zelda timeline. Just kidding. Nothing is as confusing as the Legend of Zelda timeline. Nothing. But yeah, so animated series, live action series, who knows? But I think it's going to be good. One of the people working on it said it's going to be violent as fuck. His exact words. That's an exact quote. Violent as fuck. So we're not going to get something watered down like the Mortal Kombat movies and animated series. We're going to get something hardcore. So, very happy. So, stay tuned. I hope we hear some more about it soon. See you next time.
Stronger. You see? You see? Your stupid minds. Stupid. Stupid. That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you jerk!